Our early childhood pedagogy places us in a very good position to support children at times of stress and at times of natural disasters. If we think about what practices are important for children and what are the characteristics of quality pedagogy, we know that intentional and relational pedagogy is important for children's development. So we need to continue to value the importance of high quality relationships, sensitive and responsive interactions. We also need to prioritise the need to differentiate our curriculum, so at no other time is it more important to really think about the needs of individual children. What are their developmental capacities? What are their interests? What are their requirements? For some children, they may need more time and more interactions and more support. So it's around thinking about children's needs. There's also other practices that are really important. So looking at small grouping, prioritising the importance of being connected to our community and connections with families. These are things that we know and that we do and that we prioritise in our quality practices. So it's being comforted in the knowledge that you know what to do, and these are practices that are prioritised within early childhood pedagogy.
When we're experiencing a really challenging time, it's really important for us to revisit the foundations of our practice. So we don't need to be looking for the unknown. We don't need to be looking for a quick fix, and we don't need to be waiting for someone to come in as a wealth of knowledge to tell us how to deal with a challenge. What is really, really beneficial is if we actually go back to what we know. That can really help educators and empower them with their own knowledge to be able to respond. So when you're thinking about where to direct your educators and they're feeling like they're not sure what to do, then what we can go back to is our national quality standards. We can go back to the early years learning framework. We can really think about the concept of being, belonging and becoming. So think about how all of these key core documents can really facilitate the way that we're going to work with children, because it means it's going to be sustainable ways of working with children and the knowledge isn't lost. It also means that your team already has some capacity. So it's really important to acknowledge that. There may be circumstances where your team may identify that they want further training in some areas as a result of the challenges that they come across. But understanding that you actually already have a foundation of skills and knowledge and experience is really, really important. And we really need to pat ourselves on the back and say that we actually have some expertise in this area. And one of the things that we need to be mindful of is the boundaries. Where does that expertise lie in the hands of others? So not being afraid to refer on and ask and direct for help. When we look to the national quality standards, we can look at quality area 5 and look at our relationships with children. This will be our key driver to actually responding to children in effective ways in all contexts. So understanding that your relationship is foundational, that you are a significant role model, that you have the capacity to engage and connect, you have the ability to distract, you have the ability to help process and revisit. So that relationship will underpin all of the experiences that you plan. It's not about having a magic resource that's going to teach the children something. You are actually the best resource for working with children.